underneath the cover for the Volkswagen plug-in hybrid module, there's a factory battery management system. I don't know the communication protocol, so I can't really use their system to protect the battery. I'll typically select something aftermarket like a Dolly BMS with Bluetooth, so I can kind of check with the app on my phone what the state of charge is and cell voltages and whatnot. And you can even program it with your cell phone. And this is a 12S lithium-ion BMS. This is a 12S lithium-ion battery. Basically, what I would suggest to do, I've gone through and I've identified this is the main negative, this is the main positive, and going up by terminal, this is the second terminal, because if I measure from here to here, I get like 3 volts. I measure from here to here, I get 6, 9, 12, so on and so forth. So that's how I figure out which terminal is which. And then I label them 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on all the way up. And the last one I'm calling 13 positive. Because if you count up, even though there's 12 cells, there's going to be 13 terminals. It's not a big deal. What I would suggest is cut right here and pry this up and do it on every terminal. Unscrew this board, pull this temperature sensor, pull this connector, take the whole thing right off. And then these battery management systems have a very simple setup. They've got a black wire, all the rest are red. It tells you the main negative and main positive connections. So this one would basically go to the main negative, which we've labeled number 1, and I'd connect it right here with a soldering gun and some solder. And then the second wire, make sure you pull it out and check it. Nope, it's not the second. This wire, I'll pull that and put that on the second joint, number 2. Right to there. Now it is possible that you have to kind of use your cutting tool to etch the wire a little bit to get the solder to take worth a dang. Something like that. But that's it. That's how I add a voltage sense lead to every cell and add a control circuit that B negative connects to your battery negative and P negative needs to connect to your charger. That's how I protect the cells and from overcharging. In the programming of this model, you can turn on or off the balancing function and set different cell voltage limits to keep everything safe, or use default limits, either way. But this is basically how I would approach this project.